like that.
Don't give me this. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. Like, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word. Like, You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
Hello.
What up?
Hi, everybody. What's going on? So,
I feel like it's very strappy.
I know. Look at us. We're all kind of matching today, so you guys better be fucking grateful, to be honest. Look at this. You have beautiful women here talking about safety
Very
stuff
true.
today and just being the saucy, awesome queens that we are. So, hello, everybody. I'm Miss J, if you don't already know. I don't see how you wouldn't. I'm everywhere on the internet at this fucking point. So we have a special guest today, Miss Mystique. Just want to make sure. Do you know that? Are you intentionally muted, or did you? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Because I live in the city of Philadelphia, and they was just
No, I got you.
There.
I didn't know if I accidentally did that because StreamYard just be
And it gets a little loud.
Oh,
Very, because they just be riding up and down the street all crazy on their 4-wheelers, you know.
Yeah, gang.
Mm-hmm. Four-wheelers, ATVs, got speakers on them now. Real crazy.
First of all. Anyway, please introduce yourself, love.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mystique Rose. My pronoun is also Rose. And I am a certified sexuality arts educator based in Philadelphia, PA. And I am here to talk to you all about safety, sexiness, and sensuality.
Yes. Because listen, that is the core of Mystique. She is so sexy.
I love that.
I love
everywhere we go.
Y'all getting me in my real natural ever these days because
I love it.
Okay.
That's the most sexiest thing to me.
Definitely. Well, we love that energy. We love it. And of course, the lovely co-host, Ms. D herself. We love her. Go ahead, girl. Talk about it.
What's up? You know, everybody follows me on all social medias. Majority of them is Miss DX. It is MZDEEX on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok that I don't be posting on. But, you know, follow it anyway. You know, just support.
Yeah.
And we got a whole bunch of things coming up soon that we will be talking about later. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But Ms. J, drop all your social medias, all the things.
Yes, look at that. We're everywhere. We're fucking everywhere. Even if you think we ain't popping, we popping. Trust me. We just hit 200 on Instagram. Over 11K people interacting with us is crazy.
I love it. I love it.
That for us. I love that for us so much. And we have so many good news for you guys. We're not just going to talk about it today, but we have plans. Miss D is working her ass off. I'm working my ass off. You going to be seeing us and a lot of people soon, back to back to back. You're going to be tired of us, but love us even more. So that's what I'm feeding off.
But love us. Yes.
Hey.
And I heard Mystique is going to be hosting these things. Are you doing something for the AIDS Walk? Let's talk about it.
Yes, I am. So this weekend, Sunday, October 20th is going to be the AIDS Walk in Philadelphia. I will be there along with some of my great friends. So feel free to join us. We will be doing Black Women Prep 2, which is my public health campaign to support Black women specifically to get on PrEP, which is the medication to prevent HIV, but also to just educate, to, share our stories to be supported, and then also support anyone of color. It's not just about Black women, it's about all of us being supported.
Absolutely.
We have agency over our sexual health. So yes, so come join us.
Exactly. Gang, gang.
Yes.
We love that. We need more
What
of
day
that.
is that?
Sunday. So this Sunday coming up. So I'm leaving homecoming early to come and be there at the crack of dawn at the art museum with y'all. I'm gonna be tired, but I'm gonna be there.
So y'all have 1 week. Y'all have 1 week to get it together. Get out there and go down to the AIDS walk and support.
Exactly. I love that.
Are you doing the walk, or are you just stationed signing people up?
I'm doing the walk.
Are you doing the walk?
I'm going to be doing the walk. I'm going to be severely tired, but doing the walk. Okay.
How long is it? Is it like super long? Like how many miles?
I think it's like a 5K, I believe. But I don't know
and I'm not gonna lie, Miss D has never broke down the difference between miles and the 5Ks. Like, what does that equal out? Like, what is that really? Like, how long are you actually walking?
Long as fuck. That's what I got for you, because I don't know.
Because I love supporting all the things. And you know what?
It's probably going to be like 2 hours, maybe. It depends on how fast you walk.
Okay, that's not bad. That's actually not bad. That's not as bad as I thought. I did the breast cancer walk and I did that, and that wasn't that bad. And so I could do that. I was just deciding in my mind, like, okay, am I going to be on the side like a cheerleader, like, yay, go guys, woo? Or am I going to be out there walking with a number? That was my thought.
I'm good. Y'all saying activity shit. Like, I respect it. I'm the type I will pay for shit. I don't do it. Unless somebody's carrying me, I'm not doing it.
You're going to donate. So you're a donator.
I'm a donator.
But you're not going to participate. No, I like to participate. Exactly. I like to meet the people in the
I'll be on the sidelines with some cocoa and water. You know me. I love supporting. Yeah. I'm like cheering them. I'm hyping y'all up. I'm like, yay, do it. Like, I did all the hard work because I'm living vicariously through you, because I can't.
Right.
I would not. I don't like sweating. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Well,
and I mean, like,
so
just stepping. I'm like, ew.
Cooler.
No, thank you. I run hot. I'm an island girl. I'm good. I don't need to. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I appreciate everybody's support, though. And if you don't, I feel sad for you.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know more about Black women and PrEP and how that helps us and affects us. And I just want everyone to be very well educated, after this episode about PrEP, or at least have an idea. Because I find that a lot of people don't even know that this exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's problems. We have a lot of problems that we just don't address. But yes, it's for us, even though you can't tell because the commercials make you feel like it's only for, a specific audience and a specific demographic, but it's for everybody. And it's super important because Black women are the second leading demographic that have the most cases of HIV, unfortunately.
Still to this day, I think a lot of people think that like HIV is done. Like no one gets it anymore. And still to this day, Black women are the second highest cases of this disease.
Yep. And everybody has a stigma about it. And people are like, oh, well, I don't do this and I don't want to do this. But it's like, but you also don't want to wear condoms. So
you got to get surprised.
And that's a huge problem.
It is.
Not saying that, everyone that you have sex with is going to, put you at risk for HIV. No, that's not what I'm saying. Right. But what I'm saying is each time that you have sex, all of us, we are putting ourselves at risk, specifically when we are not using condoms. Exactly. It's just what it is. Whether it's HIV, syphilis, congenital syphilis is on 10 right now, especially in inner cities. Like the numbers are climbing. And reality is that they're climbing in the age brackets of 13 to 24. And we're not that far. I'm not that old. We're not that far off from them. So, and some of us, we like a little young tenderoni sometimes. So, we gotta be careful. We gotta
Not
make sure
a
that
young tenderoni.
just saying. I mean, I don't do the young
Okay.
tenderonis, but some of us, we like to play in the sandbox a little bit.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Wow.
I think it's one of those situations where I say a lot. As somebody who's into the certain things I'm into, I believe very heavily. I don't care how because I'm passionate. So that whole thing, like, oh, I forgot, full stop. I don't have protection. I don't have nothing. Nope. Full fucking stop. Because you better go buy your shit. You better go figure it out. Because this should have, in my opinion, always have a conversation of safety before getting intimate with a partner. I love hypotheticals. I love talking about shit. Because I'm not gonna fuck up my life for a situation for a moment of passion when I might not even like you after post nut. So I need to know.
Clarity is a real thing.
Exactly.
Yo,
I'm like, I don't even like you.
Let me tell you something. I personally feel like post nut clarity hits so much harder for a woman than it does for a man.
Oh yeah.
Because the way after I nut, I literally could have nothing to do with you. Like in real life. Like, and I just be being nice.
No, look. And honestly, normalize that shit. That's nothing to be ashamed about, anybody, if you feel that way. Because sometimes it's just that passion. People be talking, whatever. It's that words. It's beautiful. You want to hear that shit. And then you're just like, ugh. Like the situation of being like, I don't know, somebody's on top of you or you're doing a little passion thing. And next thing you know, I'm just like a cat. I turn automatically where I'm just like pushing them away. I'm like, yeah, so I called your Uber. You good? Like you need some?
Uber. First of all,
no, man. Straight like, oh, that's Uber, great. I'll call my own Uber, thank God, because I don't drive. So like, I got Uber, the app on my fucking favorites. Calling that shit, I'm out right after. I'm calculating the minutes. You like but that's the thing too, right? Because with me having these conversations and understanding stuff later, I don't want to jeopardize my sexual happiness and my health in general, just for a moment of passion that's gonna fuck up my life. I want to play as much as I can. I don't want to have to stop. And then also having that discussion, which is not bad, right? Let's not have it a stigma about like having conversations after having situations or like having an STI or anything like that. Have those conversations, say, hey, look, this is what happened in the past. This is, you have to disclose your results when you're being intimate with someone. I know it feels like some type of weirdness, but just do it, because at the end of the day, you got to be safety to yourself, to the person you're with, because we're all connected, to be honest.
And I love that you said reducing stigma, right? So one of the things that I try to work on is getting people to understand like, hey, we want to prevent it because we want to eradicate it from the entire body, right? But also, what happens if you are a person that is living with HIV, right? What makes you different than anybody else outside of your diagnosis? Because when I'm looking at you and I see you, unless I know and you've told me your business, I don't know. And so I should treat you the same way. And so I try to get people to understand that your safetyness is really about, safetyness is more than just, whether or not you are positive or negative, or you have a healthy, lifestyle, right? It's more about how are you being treated and how are you treating others regardless of their status or not. And so we as a community have to do better of saying negative things and using language. Our language is horrible. Like, oh
my God, our language is so bad.
That's nasty. Like all of those things, because like you don't know that person's situation, you don't know, how they've come to be, and when you do things like that, it makes people it makes you unattractive. So if you come to me and you're like, oh, such and such is dirty, I'm like, I won't be talking to you.
I agree. No, I definitely agree with that. And I'm so big on language and words and how you talk to people and treat people. And I don't like that. I don't like that it is this stigma. And we are very like almost outcast these people, like, right? Like I feel like that happens like in their lives, like even regarding their friends and family, like let alone like actual relationships, like intimate relationships. But on the other hand, like I am somebody that have in the past 2 years came across somebody two different people that had STDs, and they were like something that was not curable but treatable. And I found myself still like being like my normal regular self with them, but I instantly like made up in my mind, like instantly like I'll probably never do anything with this person. Like, and it made me almost feel guilty a little bit. Like, cause it's like, dang, like I talk about this stigma and these people shouldn't be treated this certain type of way just because. But like, am I doing that by like making this decision that I will not have a romantic relationship with this person because they have this disease?
I mean, I think that it's important for you to ask yourself that, because that is a bias that you hold, and it's very hard to unwire our brains to like think that way, right? Because we're like, oh, I don't want to get attached, or I don't want to, have anything to do with that because I want to stay healthy. And that is completely understandable. But there are plenty of people who I know who have positive partners, who have partners who have all types of STIs and STDs, who are, whether they are vanilla or kinky or somewhere in between, they're doing all the things. And what I try to explain to people is like, your personal choice is your personal choice, right? So I don't want you to feel bad for the fact that you're like, you know what, I don't think that I want to go there with you, because that is your prerogative. But at the end of the day, as long as y'all can effectively communicate that, and you're not, demeaning them or putting them down in any type of way,
of course,
it's important to be like, hey, I respect you and the things that you have going on. And also sometimes people, because of the stigma, they are not forthcoming and they are not willing to talk about what their pleasure looks like after diagnosis. That is super important because they don't know how.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It just made me think. It made me think because it only happened twice, and it just so happened like very recently with both people. And I was like, man, like I just like love to like be an advocate, and I think about myself in those situations. But when I was presented in that situation, I feel like I wasn't rude, I wasn't disrespectful, but I also feel like I didn't behave the way that I thought I would, And it was just like a thing that I like had to take a second and like really think about, like, to myself.
And it's hard. It's definitely hard to be in that predicament, because we say all the time, like, oh, if I was in this situation, I would never. And then you get in the situation, you're like, but actually,
right.
I can definitely say that, like, just to go off just what that statement was like about, like, we have that thought, I would never, what have you. As somebody who's worked like in many different positions in her life, like I said, I worked in a lot of kitchens. We have to be aware of certain situations, because if somebody gets hurt, something like that, medical, like we have to make sure in the medical field, we have to be aware. And it's a situation too, like I'm cool with everybody. I don't care. I still have like, I'll do dumb shit by accident because it's just like a second nature Philly action. Like we just do dumb shit sometimes. But it's like coming to a partner, and if I have a partner that tells me, oh yeah, and discloses to me their history and their medical concerns or their medical situations, I'm just like, that's cool. I can't. I am very silly and very passionate and all this other situations. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to have to accidentally do something or also make them feel bad by accident too, in the middle, where like jeopardizes them as well as jeopardizes myself and other play partners and shit like that. So I can definitely see, like, I never thought about like feeling like guilty about it or potentially that way, but I can definitely see how I felt very cautious about.
And I'm so glad you said that, because I think that is definitely like a thing because I'm polyamorous, and I have like multiple people like I'm usually involved with. Like that's like another layer for me, right? Because like not only do I have to be very cautious of myself and my health, I need to be very cautious of these other people that are trusting me in their life, like to be safe and do the best that I can, so I don't want to like put them at risk of anything. So like safety and protection is very like key to me. Like I don't know. So I definitely feel like in those situations, like I definitely didn't just think about myself, because if it was just me, I think I would be okay with like, taking all those precautionary steps, but like to make me and then other partners of mine that might not have anything to do with this person, then also like put that burden on them. Like I just felt like it wasn't fair, so I just felt like it wasn't like a right fit for me. But
so here's a question.
The sister is real.
Oh no, I'm sorry. She actually just prompted a question, so I apologize for cutting you off. So in that scenario, though, in that situation, how would we go about, like, let's say if we had our main partner or the partner that we were dealing with before, a potential new partner, and we know about their STI history or whatever the case, and maybe they're positive with something. Is that something that we have to disclose with them? Like, how would we have that conversation with a potential new partner?
Yeah,
Do we
that's
have
a
that
great
conversation?
Question. I think comfortability.
Sorry, I don't know.
Comfortability is always the thing, right? So,
definitely.
For example, I think the first thing, and I challenge people to think about this, is when you are talking and you're having these discussions, thinking about what will be, what is the end goal, right? So what does that look like? And also thinking like, all right, so if I'm interested in this person, again, what makes them different outside of this diagnosis? And then how can I educate myself so that we can both still have pleasure? We can do the things that we like to do, get busy, whatever we want to call it, get down, freaky, dirty, whatever we want to call it. We can do all of those things. But at the end of the day, if you are a person that is positive and I am a person that is negative, that one, I understand what my risks are, but I also am educating so that way I can educate myself. I can educate my new partners, my past partners, whoever I come into contact with. And I think the issue is that we're not talking enough. Everything is like, oh yeah, you look good, you smell good, all the things. In that moment, everything goes out the window. And so we're not really taking the time to say, let me think with my actual brain instead of my genitals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so taking a step back to be like, hey, listen, I'm interested in you. Even if it's that, because sometimes it has to be a little bit quicker, right? So if you are at a play party, you might not have a full 10-hour conversation about your do's, your don'ts, your wants and dislikes and all of that. But what are the core questions that you're asking? And so the same way that we create these lists that we have for our ideal partners and stuff like that, we need to create these same lists for the questions that we want to ask when we're about to be into somebody sexually.
Absolutely.
Keep that same energy, just transfer it over. It's a different type of topic, right? But you can say, okay, so when was the last time you were tested? That's the first question I'm asking. When was the last time you were tested? And then after that, I might ask you.
And you know what? I feel like that is a question that I ask because it's important. But I also feel like that is a question that so many people lie about. Because they're like, I feel like in their mind, they just calculate whatever is 3 months from this day or 6 months from this day. Like, I'm going to just say that. I feel like so many people lie about that.
So if you feel like
and I don't know how to like
pull up your app. Let me see.
Yep.
Log in right here in front of me. I don't want to see no pamphlet printout. I don't want to see no screenshot. Pull it up. While you pulling yours up.
Because it's literally in your phone now. Like literally you can have your result on your phone.
My chart is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love technology with that part though. It's like, again, as somebody who just recently been more open with partners, and then like also like I'm proud to show my stats. I'm like, let me show you my shit, because you ain't catching me with nothing. And I know for a fact that after the fact, if anything happens, I'm coming after you because you were the last person I was with. And I fucking count the days. I'm like, motherfucker, it's been exactly 72 hours. And this is the situation.
With love, though. Met them with love. I know you might be annoyed or frustrated or trying to understand, but
no, but my thing is, it's always with love, because it's also a situation too, like when I'm intimate with someone, there has to be some type of connection, be it like in a friendship, love ship, something, a moment of passion, whatever the case. That's great. However, I want to be protected because maybe you don't know.
Right.
Maybe you don't know. So why don't we both get tested together? Let's all figure that shit out. And I think I saw this recently too. I'm not sure where I saw it, where it was like, except for girls going to brunch or people going to brunch or shit like that, go out as a group with your homies.
Yo, can I be so for real right now?
Go ahead.
Can I be so for real? I like it. I love like having conversations like this. And then I remember like it triggers me to remember something in my youth. Like the fact that like I at like 17, 18, 19 was dragging my friends to the local clinic on Vine Street. It's called Spectrum Health. And literally like anybody I knew that was a friend of mine that I knew was sexually active was like, oh, I'm going to go get tested today. Let's go. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it was never like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, it was just like, oh, okay, sure. Like, let's go. And, you know, this is pre Miss D riding around a car. This is us on SEPTA. Like, me taking, like, a group of teenagers to go get tested at the clinic. Like, it is so important. It's so important. And, like, make it a thing. Like, make it a thing. You can make it fun. Like you said, like, instead of go get brunch, maybe you do that after brunch. Like, maybe
get wings,
then
get tested and get some wings after. Get some shots and wings.
After you get tested,
joke. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what's crazy? It's like the crazy situation that gets me is that like we're so close with our loved ones and our friends and you know people that we're really connected with. We'll tell them after the fact in bad situations. Why not celebrate by prevention? You know, with prevention, let's take care of each other that way. Let's keep up with that because, and that's one thing I'm really happy. A lot of people are coming back up with that. Like as far as like getting tested, it's not as I would still say it's stigmatized. I would still definitely say that a lot of people, especially because nobody wants to go to the doctors for anything anyway. Half the time. Nobody wants to do anything. Crazy. I was like, but do you like fucking? Do you like oral? Do you like quickies? Do you like meeting a random chick or dick something? You know what I mean? At a fucking bar?
Right.
Get tested. Just do it. It takes a little bit of your life.
It's something beautiful to say about this connection that we're talking about, right? So one of the things that I was able to do with Black Women Prep 2 is I had an ice cream.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. And so at the ice cream social, I bought a mobile unit from a neighborhood clinic and was like, hey, if you want to get tested, it's free. You can get tested. But I've also been
That's what I want at my munches. I want to have mobile testing at my munches. I want to provide mobile testing at my munches.
Let's figure this out. We gotta have another meeting and figure that shit out because I want that.
Yeah.
If not, we should do like maybe.
And I know there's no like rapid tested for. I don't think there's any rapid test. I know there's rapid tested for HIV. I think there's rapid tested for STDs. I don't know if there's any rapid tests for STIs. But yeah, that is something like that I want at all of my events because why not? Like we're here, it takes nothing. Like in between you taking this tequila shot and eating them turkey wings, my mans take this test.
No facts. No, that's real. But
we all know what we're here for.
We're in a day and age that is much different than back in the day, right? So
I wish.
What about all of the CVS's and all the places? I can look. I'm looking at a box right now on my floor of at-home HIV test kits. There's chlamydia and gonorrhea urine kits. So if you're having a house party or if you're a person that does play parties in your house, hey, have these things lined up. Now for the chlamydia and like the urine test, yes, that's going to have to be sent off to a lab. But for HIV and those other tests, like you can do that right there. You can have a sense of understanding and being like, hey, here's clear, effective communication. This is the last time I got tested was 30 seconds ago. That's
right. Right. Like literally 30 seconds ago. And I definitely feel like that'll be and I do feel like some people like will be very weird about that. Like, oh, well, you know, like things lie dormant in your body and it might not come clear on the test for like a month or two. But if I'm actively doing this, I'm doing this on a regular, I'm going to know. You're saying that because you get tested once a year. So yeah, there might be some things that you miss that might be around for a minute. Hopefully, God forbid, like you don't notice that.
Reactive. That's all it is about. We are, our community is so reactive in so many ways. And so we have to unlearn those things. We have to take pride in being like, you know what? Yes, I get tested. It's to the point where I get tested so much and I don't even be as active as most people believe that I am. And I go to the doctor and the doctor is like, why are you getting tested again? You just got tested 3 weeks ago. And I was like, and your point is what? What's your point?
Just do it.
Right.
Do it.
Just
Just
do
in
it.
case.
Just do
Right.
it. Well, it's the same. It's such a situation, though. It's just like, again, I feel like people are unaware that they can do this. I feel that people, the stigma of
People
the
are
situation,
definitely
like,
unaware about the at home testing. They
oh yeah,
definitely are
like I said,
unaware of
I
that.
just was privy to that because I didn't know they had so many now. Like I said, I know a situation where, like, when I was in high school, where they were like, we had a big assembly and everybody got tested, and then we would have to call in later to check the results. And mind you, my whole little virgin ass at the time was like, oh my God, I hope I don't have anything, like all that shit. And I was like, but you know what? Like you said, it's still not saying that fear should play a big part, but also like protection of yourself. Because as much as we, you like, being intimate with partners and fucking and whatever the hell, I feel that you are your own unique self. You have to protect yourself. No, never
Yeah.
ever. I don't care how much you love somebody. I don't care anything. Things can happen. You don't know.
Yeah.
And people
Well,
don't
let's
take
talk
things
about
seriously.
all the different forms of protection, and we can start with PrEP. Since
Mhm.
Mystique is here and she knows so much about it, because
Mhm.
I feel like I know the very basic, bare minimum things of PrEP. Like I
Mhm.
know that it's not just for gay men. I know that women
Mhm.
benefit from it as well. But I'm ready for you to let me know and fill me in on all the PrEP details.
Yeah. So PrEP, what does it stand for? It stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis. So that's the first thing, right? So like PrEP, like pre, like before. So I usually break it down when I'm teaching. So when I say PrEP and I say the pre, that means before. Exposure means
Yeah.
before you come into contact with, and then prophylaxis is the diagnosis of STI or STD. In this case, STD, which would be HIV. So that's the first thing. The second thing
Right.
is that there are, depending on where you are in the world, there are multiple different ways that you can get access to PrEP. You can go to a clinic, you can go to your hospital, anywhere that you can get tested and you have a doctor, you can get prescribed on PrEP. And there are multiple free versions, and then it is a little costly. So if you're a person that doesn't have insurance, you can be able to get the generic brand of PrEP, which would be either Descovy or something like that, where you can take it, and that will be the daily pill. And so just like if you can think about birth control pills, it's very similar, right? So you'll take the pill on a daily basis every day, and it is 99% effective if you take it correctly. So that means that if you're taking it every day at 11 a.m. on the dot, you good. If you miss a day, don't try to double up. You just restart the next day with it, making sure that you're getting tested every 3 months, or if you're having sex more often than that, maybe every 2.5 months to understand what's going on. You will not be able to be put on PrEP if you are HIV positive. And also, they will ask you to stop taking the medication if you feel like you have been exposed to the virus. So that's essentially that. So there's 3 different versions. You have the pill, which is the everyday. There are some doctors, depending on your adherence and how well you do with taking the pill every day, that say like you're a person who's like, you know what, I only have sex on Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and your birthday, right? Those are the only times that you really engage in sex. So you could be able to get on something called 211 PrEP, which essentially means that it's like PrEP on demand. So you will take the medication 24 hours before you engage in a sexual activity, a day after, and then the day after that. So you'll take 2, 1, and 1. And the reason why people do that is because they're like, well, I can't remember to take the pill every day. That's just not a thing that I can do. But I do want to make sure that I'm still protecting myself when when I know that I'm going to be sexually active. Because some people are calculated. They're like, listen, I know that Thanksgiving is coming up. It's about to be popping, right? It's homecoming season. I'm about to live my best life, but I haven't lived my best life all year, right? That's just their thing. Then you have Apretude, which is the injectable needle. And so that is very similar to Depo, as you can get it 4 times a year, and it's every other month. So for example, your first 2 shots you will get within 30 days of each other. So when I started Apertute for myself, I started in January. So I went January and February. I got 2 shots, and then every other month after that, I was able
What
to.
are the side effects of the shot?
So it depends on who you are. If you're a person that has like severe liver issues or something like that, and they were essentially like, if you have other health issues, there could be, a multitude of things that are going on. But mostly, if you're a person that gets a flu shot all the time, it's very similar. So you'll get the soreness of the injection, like in the injection shot. You might have a little bit of nausea. You might have some stomach cramping, but it really depends. But as your body gets used to it, it's getting put in your buttocks. So your booty is going to be a little hard for maybe a couple of days, because essentially the drug goes into your muscle, and then it's like in that one specific spot, and then it disperses over time. So for the first couple of days, you might feel a little bit of soreness. But after that, it's out of sight, out of mind. And you don't have to think about it until it's the next time that you go, which would be in a month and a half, essentially. The good thing about Apertute too is you have this 14-day window where you can get your shot. So for example, let's say you're supposed to get your shot on the 14th of every month, because that was when you got your first shot. So that means you have between the 7th, so you can start getting it the 7th through the 14th, or you can get it the 14th through the 28th, where you have this window. So like, say for instance, you're out of town, something happened, you couldn't make your appointment, you have this time so that you're able to take your medication and you won't miss a dose, if you will. Getting on it can be a little bit complicated, especially if you're a person that doesn't have insurance, but there are copay cards. A lot of the clinics around the city know how to get you access to the copay cards, and there's so much help and support. And so that is essentially PrEP. The other one is going to be the pill option of just Truvada, but Truvada is the only one that can be used as a twofold. So Truvada is PrEP, but it's also an ART, which is an antiretroviral therapy for someone who does test positive. So Truvada is the only one that can be used for either a person that is negative or a person that is positive. Just understanding what you're using it for and what is the purpose. One of the things I want to note about one of the pills that I talked about, which is Descovy, is that currently right now, Descovy is not approved for people who identify as female or were born as female, so AFAB, or assigned female at birth, because there was not enough testing done. Right now, there is a study going on to see what the effects of Descovy will be for people with vulvas. And we'll see. We'll see what the results are.
But that could be years, right?
It probably won't be years. I would say maybe in the next 2 or 3 we should have some results. I remember my experience with getting on Descovy. My first experience with PrEP, they put me on Descovy, like didn't ask me no questions. And I remember one of my friends was like, I don't think you're supposed to be on that because it's not approved for, AFAB folks. And I'm like, okay. So then when I went back, I'm like, hey, y'all didn't even ask me what type of, PrEP medication I wanted to be on. Like, what's up with that? And they were like, oh, well, we just kind of figured that you would. And I was just like, no, actually, this is the one that I want. I want Apertute. And next time you should, and again, this goes back to advocating for yourself, right? So it's important to be like, no, this is what I want. This is what I need, because you didn't know what those side effects could have been. You could have put me in harm's way by just prescribing anything to me. So that is PrEP. The next is PEP, which most people don't know about either.
No, I never heard PEP.
Yeah, so PEP is going to be post-exposure prophylaxis. So let's just say you out, you living your best life, you having a good old time, and you have unprotected sex, or maybe you have protected sex, but the condom broke or something like that, right? Things happen, maybe there was some fluid exchange, maybe there was some blood exchange, depending on what type of activities you were participating in. And the person says hey, I may or may not have come into contact with HIV. So post-exposure prophylaxis is exactly what it says, right? So post, so after exposure, the same thing. And so essentially, you have 72 hours to get the medication, and you will take the medication for 30 days. And so it's a pill form. You will take it. What it will do is it will prevent you from contracting HIV. Now,
That is amazing. Holy
yes.
fuck.
I mean, most people don't know about it because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, like if I get it, I just have to wait. And so it's like, no, like if
And this pill here you could be born male or female and take this.
correct.
Okay.
Anyone can take this one. So they can take it, but they have to take it back to back to back.
Okay.
They cannot say like, okay, I took it, within my 72 hours and then that's it. They have to continuously take it, and they have to take the full prescription. If they do not take the full prescription and they miss, then they have to essentially start over. So hypothetically, they have sex today, they go and they call their doctor tomorrow, the doctor prescribes it. They take it, and then for whatever reason, they have sex again. Maybe they're having sex with the same person or a different person, whatever the case may be. But for whatever reason, they stop taking the medicine. Now they have to start all over because they have to make sure that the medicine gets all the way through their system so that it can be most effective.
Got it.
So yes, PrEP and PEP.
I'm taking notes. I didn't know any of this.
Right.
So
I was not aware about PEP. See?
And PEP is only for HIV.
Got it.
But then there's one more. There's DoxyPEP. So DoxyPEP is usually like doxycycline post-exposure prophylaxis. And essentially that is usually the medication that most doctors will prescribe for STIs.
Okay.
So DoxyPEP will prevent from chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis.
Okay.
However, don't just go popping it like it's candy, because if you do that, then your body is going to build adherence to it. So it's also a pill. You can take it again up to 72 hours after you have had unprotected sex or condomless sex, whichever way that looks for you. And then you will take 2 pills. Usually, if you're a person that has like really bad like reflexes or reflux, take it with food. You can take it with water. You don't have to take it with food. It might make you, sick. Sick meaning like you might throw up because it's like really strong. It just makes you feel like you want to gag, essentially. So you can take that, and that will again lower your chances of contracting syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. You can take DoxyPEP almost every day or every day if you so choose to, but just understand that just like we take medications, the more we take it, the more our body builds up a tolerance to it. And so if you're a person that's having unprotected sex every day, yes, you can go and you can
that was a question I definitely had for you regarding like the medications. I feel like sometimes in conversations when I'm talking to people and we're talking about protection and we lean towards like more medication like PrEP, some people think that okay, if someone is on PrEP, that they can just do whatever. They can do whatever. They don't have to strap up. They don't need no physical protection because they are on this magic pill and they can rip her on the streets and dip and dive and everything.
Yeah, and that's completely false. So like, let's just keep it 100, right? No one likes to wear condoms. No one. No one. I have never met a person in my time that is like, yes, I absolutely love it, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like I am probably the most skeptical person when it comes to sharing my body with people. And D, you can attest to this because you see me. I'm like,
yes, I have.
Absolutely not. Right? It don't matter what they look like. I'm like,
nope.
I'm not about to take it. I'm not about to do it. Right? And so, but even still, and that's because I know me. I know I don't like to use condoms. And regardless of the fact that I am on PrEP, I still make it my business to use condoms. The only way I am not using condoms is if I know you like through and through. And oftentimes the people that I know through and through, I have been having sex with them for years. And even with that, I'm like, hey, when's the last time you got tested? Let me see your test results. Let's talk about it.
Right.
To the point where they're kind of annoyed with me, like, really, we just talked about this. I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to I need to know. And it can come off as like this anxiousness that I have. And it's because I see it happen so much. And I think people don't understand the impact that things have on you when you constantly see people in situations.
Yeah.
It could have prevented, or that could have been prevented by a conversation, a different action, a different thought process, all of that.
And then being in the lifestyle and like going out on the scene and like going to events and parties, and it's so funny, like how of course, you know, you're supposed to have the safety talk, and there's condoms in all types of rooms and all different types of size and flavors and brands and all that. And people I do feel like for the most part, bring their own condoms, whether men or women. But I notice that as much as I feel like people are very cautious in the lifestyle, of course, some people aren't. But for the most part, I do feel like people are very cautious. They know the risk, and people do get tested and strap up and all those things. But people be out here doing crazy amount of oral.
And don't ever want to use protection, like ever.
Like it just blows my mind, like how, you know, men or women, like, you know, oh, like you gotta have a condom, but you also like suck 3 dicks. Like you also let this random man eat your pussy over there. Like
I want to comment on this person that's in the chat. That is not true. So this one in a million.
Pull that back up. Pull that back up.
I got you.
That is absolutely not true. So PrEP is 99% effective, depending on which type of PrEP that you're on is 99% effective, but you have to make sure that you're doing everything like you're supposed to. You cannot say, oh, I'm going to take it, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Sunday, and then think that everything is going to be good. Like, no, you have to make sure that you're getting tested on a regular basis, which will be every 3 months.
Right.
Again, like I said, if you're having more sex than not, then you need to get tested more than every 3 months, but it has to be in your incubation period.
Right.
So for example,
so what you're saying is PrEP does work, but you have to do the work for it to
work.
Exactly.
Correct. And
just like anything, I feel like though,
exactly.
I feel like
right.
Exactly.
It's like weight loss surgery, but still eating everything, not dieting, not anything. If you are not taking your health seriously, people, in any form of fashion, it's not going to work. And then you're going to be upset about the results. And then you're going to be yelling at the thing that was trying to help you. You cannot do that. That is your responsibility. Again, as much as you love other people and you love being with other people any type of way, your responsibility, nobody's responsible but yourself, for yourself. And again, that comes with your partner, of course, the open conversation. But again, you still have to get tested. You still have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
No, you're absolutely right. I concur with everything that you said. You have to take it for yourself, right? If you don't have pride in anything else, you gotta have pride in and self-respect and being able to say, you know what, like I'm confident that this is what my status is. And it's okay. And if you don't know, if you're scared, you have to find someone who is willing to take that walk with you. To be like, come on, we want to do it together.
Yeah. Well, and also what I think is like a thing for me too is that like as somebody who I hate condoms, I hate them, and I'm actually allergic to latex. Gang. So I actually use it as a key to show if my partner is actually caring about me as much as, you know, they hoop and ha like, yeah, baby girl, I love you, like everything I want, blah 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 blah. Guess what? I need lambskins. Go find that shit because they're expensive and sometimes they're hard to find. Find them. But guess what? I'm allergic to that brand. You got to get that brand. So when they come in with that shit, it's already on. I already knew it's on. We're doing the thing. So also take that as a key to, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. Realize that, again, safety can be sexy. It could also prove their dedication and love to you. You know what I mean? Like, what? How is that not hot? You know what I mean? Like coming in with
Right.
the brand I need.
Yes. Be careful with them
Whip it out.
lambskins, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Trust me, I know. I know.
they
But do you
risky
like
too.
Skin?
Huh?
Do you like the brand Skin?
Yeah, no, that's the one I actually just use now. Is the skin version. But
Mhm.
like back when I was first starting, that's all we really had
Oh,
around
yeah.
me.
That's all we really have.
Skin
Yeah.
is becoming my favorite brand of
I
condoms.
love Skin. If you
It's
don't have Skin, you're not in. That's
you're
just
Okay.
what it
not
is.
in. It's so
Okay.
good.
Don't
It's
come to me with no Magnum because I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. On top of the
Yeah.
fact that you probably can't even fit the Magnum, which is a whole different story.
Bro. No,
that
it's like
is the
I'm ripped for your
thing.
pleasure.
Like,
Shut up.
I feel like I have ran into so many people that pull that out, and I'm like, what do you need that for? Like,
Bro.
I
I'm gonna
need,
talk after the show about that because I
they
got
don't be
stories
fitting.
about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
no,
know what
baby.
gets me about the whole Magnum thing?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it says it at the top, like under Mag or on top of Magnum, it says lifestyle, and then somebody's like, "Oh, I have a lifestyle condom." I'm like, "Oh, I'm never using that." I'm like,
Oh yeah.
if you know that lifestyle makes Magnums, like what are we talking about? What are you talking about?
People
I
be
mean,
wild.
I agree, but lifestyles also are terrible. But maybe that's why magnums are like terrible too.
Yeah. So for this question I have popped up, it says there's always a risk for sure. Even condoms aren't 100%. Nothing is, in my opinion, and I'm not a
Nothing is
medical professional,
100%
nothing is
except for
100%.
not
Nothing's
for taking
100%.
sex at all.
Exactly.
That's the 100%.
Abstinent is
Yeah.
100%.
Abstinence is
That's it. That's
100%.
all you got.
But even then,
that's
I
the
don't know.
100%.
People be slipping and falling into vagina and vice versa these days. Supposedly that's the get. But again, nothing is 100%. If anybody feeds you that bullshit of this is, yeah, only using condoms, or like back in my Christian days when I would go to Catholic school, there's like abstinence is 100% or you die. But if but if you use a condom in birth control, then it's 100%. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works, because one can default, both of them can default, blah 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 blah.
There's
Protect
always
yourself
an
and
error, a
be
margin of error.
mindful.
Yeah.
Track yourself too, but that's again getting tested. Make it easier. Stop making it hard for everybody. Stop making it hard for yourself, guys. Just get tested. It's not that hard.
Let me tell you, people used to judge me, like, because I'll tell this. I can show you on my phone too. I have a list of everyone that I've ever had sex with, how many times I've had sex with them, the date, the time, did we
I
use
love
condom,
that.
did we not, all of that stuff.
I love that. I literally today, like, I am a person, like, I have to like to remember things, like I like to like write them down. Like I like a
Yeah.
list, right? But I can't journal to save my life.
No.
So I started doing like vlogs, like video, like journaling, right? And
Yeah.
that like works for me. And then I just had this idea. I was like, I want to just start like doing video diaries of like all my sexual experiences.
I love that. You should
Oh,
definitely
like I
do
used
it.
to do on Sunday
But
Snitching, but
you know what's really crazy? The way I track everything is I have my Google Calendar. I love my Google Calendar. I had it like a billion years. I have an emoji for everything, and
love
everything
that.
has a meaning for myself. So like as I'm tracking my menstrual cycle, I'm also tracking my sexual partners, the dates. I categorize like what state I'm in, if I'm in a different state, the
Come
time I'm talking about,
on.
how many
I
times,
don't know
because
how, like, obviously, like, I'm a woman, so I'm only going to speak to women. I don't know how women don't like track their body. Like,
yeah.
I can
I use a
tell,
period
like, when,
tracker. I put everything in my period tracker, and I barely get a period, but everything
yo,
else is
when
in
I tell you,
there.
I can
You see what's
tell, like,
gang
when I'm
gang.
ovulating, I can tell when I'm about to be on my period, and like, I want to fuck the entire world, like,
Yeah.
the entire world.
Yeah.
And space and the next
Man.
galaxy. All that.
Exactly.
And those are the times I'm like, let me keep my ass at home. Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay in the house this week. This
I
is
Mhm.
that
feel
time.
like the higher power be on it because
Yeah.
it's like they know. And I say higher power for anybody, whatever you
Yeah.
believe in.
Yes.
Them higher powers be working for me because I literally be like, so anybody can have it. I'm for everybody today. Like, what's up?
Yep.
No,
Facts.
seriously. No, seriously. I'm like, you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Because do you know you have 30 minutes? Do you know? Do you know you have 30
Yeah,
minutes?
30 minutes. 30 minutes. No, bro. I get when I get fighty, that's how I know. Like I'm just like get more aggressive. I'm like, let me fucking tell you, if you're not at your place by 8 p.m., we fighting and not in the way you think. And then I was like, it's a 50-50 chance. It's violent, not really violent or sexual. So either way, we're gonna meet in the middle, but we're gonna be safe. And I clock everything because again, even though I don't have multiple sexual partners, and I keep it into a loop of people because I like the safety of it. I know who their
Yeah.
partners are if they have any, blah 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 blah. Like, and I have meetings with my people all the time. I'm like, okay, did y'all fucking? I don't need to know the details, but did you fuck anybody new this month? I need to know. Because
See,
if
that's
Yeah.
what
something's
I'm
off with me and my
saying.
pH or something like that, I need to know.
That is what I'm saying. I think that is so important. I remember I had a partner who I can't say that they were necessarily in the lifestyle, but they would participate in some kinky things. And I would
Okay.
say to them, like, this is what I need you to do for me. Because, yes, I am outside. Not really, though. But people perceive that I'm outside because of what I do for a living. And so you might catch me in different locations just because somebody invited me and said, hey, come to this thing. But D can attest to it. I will go and be in the corner like,
Listen, okay, and speaking of the conversation is of safety, and Mystique knows that is my girl. We call each other like, what we doing tonight? We would be hitting the streets together as a team because I don't believe in going to these parties, these events solo dolo. My partner is long distance, so sometimes I'm like out by myself. And I'm only child, so I also am comfortable being out by myself. But in these situations, you need to be going with somebody. So I definitely have my group of girlies, and Mystique is my ride or die because we not going in these places by ourselves. And also, we just like to be in these places. So we just gonna show up for the vibes and the times sometimes.
And we be in there. But I used to say to them, like, listen, I never want somebody to come and tell me about you without you telling me about you first. And so there was a couple times where like people will be having just general conversations and be talking about them to me and had no idea that we were engaged with each other. And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, like that's what's up. Like for real, really? So, but inside I'm fuming because I'm like, why am I hearing about what you were doing with somebody else? From somebody else,
Exactly.
because now I got an issue because now there is a lapse of communication, and that means that you were partaking in something that could have put us at risk.
Right.
And I feel like you can talk to me about anything. I might not like it, but let's talk about it.
Exactly. And I think that's important. Like we have to start breaking that barrier. If you're gonna be an adult, y'all, and fucking and doing things and being intimate, again, realize that it does not just affect you. That is a very naive and immature way to think about things. And like, especially thing with the oral sex situation, everybody thinks like you can't catch anything, you can't pass anything. And I'm just like,
so silly.
Gonorrhea, chlamydia, and don't let it be super gonorrhea, chlamydia. Bless your soul.
That's wild. But if you're gonna like, let's be mature about the conversation and let's start breaking down these barriers of stigma, of embarrassment, or whatever the hell you have in your minds that you don't want to talk about shit. Talk about it. Stop it. Stop it. Really and wholeheartedly have these conversations for your own safety and the people around you. Because again, as I always say, I'm here to have fun for the long time, not a short time, not for a moment, for the whole time. I want to have as much playtime as I want with as many people as I want. It could be one person for the rest of my life. It could be, but I still don't want to jeopardize them. And I definitely don't want to jeopardize myself.
Right.
Because we want to continue having fun. Why would you want to have fun for one day when you can have for a lifetime? Come on, guys. Let's be real.
It makes sense.
Hello, welcome. Go ahead.
Who just came in here?
My friend James. Hello, James. We're having sexy conversation about safety.
And then James, not James, Pedro. Pedro been real active in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
He's been saying, yeah. We're doing good. We've been having good conversation with everybody. We appreciate y'all.
But we definitely need to get into all of these things that we have coming up because we're going to double back around to Mystique's things that she has coming back up. We want to talk about this AIDS walk. Me and Miss J have so many things to talk about regarding
Give me
the
one.
calendar.
Oh, somebody
And
was
we,
asking what
Oh, yeah.
BWP2 is. So that is Black Women
Yeah.
Prep 2.
Yeah.
oh,
So when
okay,
I
thank
looked it up, it
you.
didn't
I
come
put
up
that in our
that.
personal chat. I was like, what is that?
Yes.
Yeah, the system took it as a bot because it said it twice in a row. And it was just like, this person is a robot. I was like, I
Yeah,
guess.
I
And I
didn't
was
know
like,
what the
so my
acronym
bad.
meant, so
We
I
still
had
care
put it in
about
our
you. We
chat.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can
That
ever
D, that's your friend.
Listen, I also did not know what the acronym was.
Yeah. Because it kept coming up as something as like something for the household or something. And then when I looked up the name and the screen name, it also came up, yeah, this person is a builder, a contractor. I was like, oh yeah, you're not selling your products here. So I was like,
Yikes.
okay, ban. But it doesn't,
Yikes.
it didn't ban them. It shouldn't have banned them, but I'm gonna double check it.
All right,
But
I'm gonna have
please
to
continue.
copyright BWP2 then. But
Yes, period.
We appreciate you. Give me 1 second.
Listen, but we need everybody to pop out at the next cookout lunch. We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary, which was absolutely amazing. There
So
were so many
proud.
people there. So many people.
it's on the
And
calendar. I'm gonna
So
be there.
proud. So
can
proud.
I just say my last cookout lunch, and let's be real, guys. FetLife RSVPs mean nothing in real life, right? If you see an RSVP party and it says 100 people, 40 gonna show up, right? It's like that's the real reality, right? So
Mhm.
last month was like the most people I've ever had RSVP. It was like 110 or some shit like that. Bro, I
Mhm.
posted this fucking cookout lunch. I had 100 people in 2 days RSVP. So if
Love
you're
that.
not on board,
You need to
Get
be on
here.
board.
lock in and
Get
show
here.
up because we're trying to get bigger and
And it's
better.
dressing
And
up this time, right?
huh?
This one we're dressing up as.
We are because it's
I'm
literally
so
the
excited.
day before Halloween. It's the day before Halloween. I'm not
Y'all
telling
want me to put on
y'all.
my sexy nun outfit?
Listen, I'm not
I
saying
want to
y'all
get
gotta
like
get
a dog or
full
puppy
dressed
or
up.
cat. I don't
Y'all
know
can
yet.
do whatever you want. You can get full costume. You can get full sexy. You can just do like something low key, something regular.
Mhm.
But I'm giving out shots. I am giving out shots to the best 5 costumes.
Okay.
Period. But anyway, usually my giveaways are always geared to Black women, okay? Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Because that's who I love.
Yep.
But these shots is for anybody. So I mean, you
Right.
know, get in while you fit in. I want to see y'all dressed up really cute, okay? I don't know what my costume's gonna be. I haven't been lined up yet.
Okay.
But I'm excited. It's gonna be the day before Halloween, October 30th. We're downstairs in the main bar. Drink specials. Everybody knows the food. Gonna be great. We will not. We are. Our music situation is getting switched around. So I'm not going to dive into that. But the music
Oh
will be
goodness.
popping. The
Yeah.
music will be popping. Okay,
And this is
it
the
is
information,
free
y'all.
entry. This is an event geared for Black and brown people. It is a POC event only. I'm
I'll
okay
bring
if
the
you
lube
don't
for
like that,
everybody.
but
Exactly.
that's what Ms. D does. I create events for Black and brown people, Indigenous people, and you're gonna like it or
We
you're not
need
gonna
these
like
spaces, guys.
it. We
Support it.
do, we do,
We're
we
not
do.
even asking you to spend money, but buy a chick a drink. I'm gonna be there. My titty's gonna be out.
Yeah,
You know.
listen. I am team host a free event, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
love that the cookout munch is free. You pay for your own food, you pay for your own drinks. I am about to start hosting a second munch for my queer friends and people and family. Um, So I started the Cookout Munch because I love munches, and that was like my into the lifestyle. And the first munch that I really like felt a part of was hosted by a Black woman. And it wasn't just POC, but it was just hosted by a Black woman. It was just such a great experience for me. And going to other munches, I just was not seeing a lot of us, right? So that's why I wanted to create that. And then when I finally found a Black munch, it really wasn't like a really positive space for queer people. And that's how I identify. That's how I identified for many, many, many moons now. So I definitely wanted to hold space for Black women and queer people in the Cookout. And I feel like the Cookout is great and is very successful and a lot of people come, but I also feel like it is very hetero. And I also need to service, my people that I created this for, so I am doing a second munch. And it is going to be every third Thursday of the month. We have a great drink specials. We have great food specials. It's a great location. It's in Philadelphia. I'll be dropping all of the details officially, probably like tomorrow. But I'm really excited about it. It's going to be November 14th. Please look out for that.
I'll be here. Oh my gosh.
Where are you going to be at?
San Diego.
Because you booked and busy all the time.
I try a little bit.
All the time, booked and busy. Okay, so that means you're gonna miss.
It's always the first one.
I feel like you're gonna miss the first one, but it's okay because you're gonna be at the next one.
Facts. I'll be there. I'll be there on the 30th though.
On the 30th. So I appreciate that. I love that. And also I'm kind of skipping over dates here. Me and Ms. J, Sexually Speaking, here, this platform will be featured on Made Networks, their event. What is the theater called that we're going to be I'm drawing a blank.
Girl, let me look it up right now. Yep, I'm dyslexic. I don't have time to remember all those things. Give me 1 second, y'all. I know it's on the 9th of November.
Yeah, so it's November 9th. They're having a mixer before the day before on November 8th, and that is at the W Hotel downtown. And we'll be there doing some street style interviews. We'll also be there live the day of their live podcast downtown November 9th. And we're really excited to be working with them. It's such a great opportunity. And we're going to be asking all the kiki questions because that's what we do.
Yeah, because we're doing interviews. We're doing interviews, y'all. So we're gonna be asking you some shit. My goal is to make y'all blush. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I want y'all blush looking in your luxurious outfits, your sets. I want you coming and looking scrumptious, and me making you blush. Me and Ms. D.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's a really dope thing. So like Made Network hosts class reunions throughout the city, and right now this time they're focused on Bartram. I was about to say University. I work at University, right at Bartram High School, and it just seems like a really dope event, and it's like an all class type of reunion, and we're just really gracious to like share the space, and we'll be featured on their podcast this week on Thursday. So really excited about that. But I want to go back into Miss Mystique's AIDS walk and the other event she has coming up before we finish out talking about what we have coming up too. So what day was that AIDS walk?
So the AIDS walk is this Sunday coming up, October 20th. I will be out there bright and early at 8:30 a.m. so that we can get our walk on. It's going to be great. You can meet us at Eakins Oval. Again, this is for the Black Women Prep 2 team, so we can be a lifeline and also protect others. Other events that I have coming up are to be determined right now. But if you are a person that is interested in prep services, I offer free prep navigation. I'm a certified prep navigator. So if you're like, hey, I want to learn more about prep, I want to get on prep, but I don't know what to do, I don't know what my insurance does, I will work with you. Doesn't matter where you are. You can be in the United States. You can be elsewhere. I will support you to be able to get what you need so that you can be safe, sexy, and healthy.
Absolutely. And we will be posting Mystique's flyer for the AIDS walk on our stories and our platforms, and also on my personal one as well, and links to all of her ventures and businesses that she has going on. So you guys can find her very easily.
Definitely. And also just to touch some base on too, the event on the 9th is actually going to be held at the Philadelphia Film Center at 6 to 10 p.m., which is, of course, in Philadelphia. Don't know. Right now, guys, they are hosting, and actually, there's only one remaining, actually, the early bird ticket, which is $150 for, to my understanding, all-inclusive, like drinking hors d'oeuvres for that Saturday. So look it up. I put the links of all the information we're talking about right now. Look it up.
And I think that ticket includes that whole weekend. I think they're doing something.
Yeah, the bundle. Yeah, the bundle includes that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's all inclusive for both days because I don't think I read that on it. So I don't want to say. So mind you, keep what I said amount of salt. I'm not the organizer of that, unfortunately. So read the fine print. Read the information. You can also join them on social media, especially on Instagram, and you can go through all the information on there. Buy the tickets. They have different versions of it as well. We're going to be live. There's going to be other people there as well, other podcasters and from Philadelphia, dope people. Let's get this all together. And you get to see us live for the first time. Isn't that fucking amazing? Like actually in person, sexy, and like all I know is my theme is coconut. I'm just saying.
I got some coconut leaves for you. I'm gonna send you.
Let's go. Let me see.
I'm really excited about it.
No, definitely. I'm trying to think, but like, yeah, just as Ms. D was talking about, we have a lot of events in play. Keep in mind.
And I have a few more I want to talk about. We talked about all of Miss D's free events that you can go to, right? And we love that. We want you to come out to the cookout. Like I said, it's October 30th. The Queer Munch coming up is going to be November 14th. But Miss D is hosting a play party. Okay.
Yeah.
We're hosting a play party. It's called The Feast because I want you to come in and feast and indulge in all the things. Okay. Exactly. We have some great entertainment. We have some great masseuses, fireplace, scenes. Drinks are included. Exclusive private place, heavily vetted. Okay. And if you want to get on the list, the only way is, so there's two forms of vetting that every single person has to go through, and that is vetting in person. That is big for me. I love the little online. Sure, you can fill out all that information. Great. But I need to see you in person. I need to see how you interact with people. I need to see how you vibe, because maybe the energy's not matching. Okay.
Exactly.
And that is very important to me. Security. Proper security is also very important to me. So know that they will be in the building doing proper searches, and there will be proper communication and talks and tours and all the things. And it is going to be a night, y'all. Like when I tell y'all, it is going to be a time. I'm going to put on a show. And if you miss out, you are going to fucking hate yourself. I'm not even going to be cute about it. You're going to be mad. You're going to be mad if you miss out. It's going to be great. So that is going to be November 29th. That is the feast. Okay.
I'm going to be on the list.
Listen. Okay. So again, let's talk about the vetting. You have to be vetted in person. You need to see me in person. You have 2 cookout munches. You have 1 queer munch. And I also co-host the Philly meet and greet. And you have 2 of those to pop up to. So that's a lot of time, a lot of events for you to come out, show your face, get vetted in person. Once you do that, then I will send you the link, and then we're going to do the official paperwork. That is also very, very important as well. So yeah, that is November 29th. It's happening. You'll get the address, the tickets, because tickets are being sold. Like I said, it's a show. It's a production. It's an experience.
Work is coming into this.
Right. So that is November 29th in Philadelphia. The very next day, I will be co-hosting with Sir Lisa's the Philly meet and greet, like normal. Back again. We do it every month. We are now at Eagle Lounge and no longer at Lou and Choose. If anybody came out to Eagle Lounge last month, it was so fucking lit. We were able to do scenes and it was a great time. Like, so it's a little step up above a munch because a munch is very vanilla. So it's a little things happen in there. So maybe take that in consideration. Sometimes some people are comfortable with that, some people aren't. But it's a great time. It's a great time. The drinks are great. And if y'all like the drink from Lou and Choose, y'all like those bartenders, all those bartenders are still working for us. They are still there. They are still at Eagle Lounge. So that is great. And that evening you can double down and come to the Lisa experience and buy a ticket for that. And we're closing out that entire weekend with a brunch hosted by the Cookout. So, that is a full kink Thanksgiving weekend that I feel like there's something catered for everybody. And y'all should be doing something. Some babies need to be made that weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Not for me, but we're good.
To that, Pedro, yes, we do. I have tried one brand. I actually am an ambassador for one brand. But I'll be using one brand because I'm not about to have nobody's baby.
Yep. But
period.
Man, I don't know. This was a good conversation. Very good conversation today.
This was.
I learned. I ain't gonna lie. I learned a whole lot of shit, especially about prep.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, definitely. It was an honor. I loved it.
He has been on my list when I asked Miss J to do this show over a year ago. I was like, listen, at one point we will be having a prep episode and Mystique will be coming on. I was just like,
I already got somebody in mind. I was like, man, we just made a name. We just made a name today.
I was like, I don't care. Let's go. She needs to come on because she's amazing and she's going to educate the people. And that's exactly, you did exactly what I knew you would do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yum, yum, yum. Give me more. I love it. But no, so guys, if you have any further questions, if you want to, mind you, do your own research, but also hit us all up. If you have any questions, we can try to direct you where you need to go. Mystique actually has her own website. She has social media. She has.
Please drop the social media one more time.
Oh, definitely. I'm on it. I got it. I'm already on the spot. So, of course, Mystique, explain where they can find you, even though it's shown, but say it.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Mystique. You can find me on my website at www.mystique.com. All of those things. Twitter is at Mystique as well. I believe that TikTok is Pen at Mystique, but don't quote me. Either way, if you type in Mystique, you will find me. Threads, all of that fun stuff. Even if you just Google sexuality arts educator, I am the one and the only, so you will find me.
Hey, I love that, gang. So, gang.
Yes,
love that.
I am here. I am available for, consultation if you need it. If you just want, make a new friend. If you follow me on FetLife, let me just put this out there, be very clear.
Oh.
I may not answer because I don't be listen.
Period.
I opened FetLife the other day for the first time in 6 months, and I had 57 invitations, and I was like, oh.
Girl, the way I use FetLife to promote and don't be in those messages.
Man, facts.
All the time. They get so like, oh, how you doing? Also, if you happen to be on Facebook and you see me as Mystique in Facebook dating, please note that Facebook dating is only used to get people on prep. Do not try to talk to me or try to holler at me because I promise you I'm like, so how can I help you get on prep? That is the extent of the conversation. I just want to make that very clear.
Okay. All right, Ms. D.
Ms. D. Yes, absolutely. On Instagram, on TikTok, on FetLife. You can follow me at Miss D. That is MZDEEX. And flyers coming soon about all these events we got coming up. We didn't even get into me and Miss J hosting our first cuddle party December 7th. Man, it's just back to back to back. The girls are producing the event. The girls are producing the event. Okay.
Exactly. I'm so excited about that too because you know it's really funny because I told you I'm on like I'm official Philly cuddler or the website. I'm one of the color people and I just got hit up like, "Hey, I'm ready for more services." I'm like, "I'm tired. I don't want to cuddle anything. I'm going to fall asleep on you,
Now
bro."
just come
Like
to Sexually
just come
Speaking
to this one
Cuddle and Cozy Party.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Come to our cuddle party. Come to Miss D's brunch, her munches, her fucking play party we're about to hold. I'm really excited about all of this, to be honest.
Listen,
I'm
y'all,
excited.
the feast. Listen,
The
you're gonna be
feast.
able to feast in so many ways. Visually,
Yum yum
like
yum.
it's just gonna be so many things. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about it. And if I'm excited, y'all know it's gonna be lit.
Oh yeah. And first of all, you should definitely know it's 100% lit, 1,000%, because I'm gonna be there and I'm forcing myself because I don't like leaving my house. So Miss D
Ooh.
is
Say that
hosting this
again.
shit, and I'm like, I need to be there.
Oh, can we
So,
pull up that last question Pedro put up too?
yep. Let me get it.
His prevention question.
Yeah. So essentially, if you are a person that is
Mhm.
positive, it is again your responsibility to effectively communicate. If you need to seek mental health services for whatever your diagnosis is, as well as making sure that you get on the medication, whatever medication that is. So, if, for example, if you are HIV positive, there is something called an ART, which is antiretroviral therapy, which essentially will support you in becoming undetectable. And
Mm-hmm.
undetectable equals untransmittable, or you might have heard of U equals U. And so you can be positive and you can still live a sexy, healthy sexual life and get all the pleasure in the world. It is really just about how in which you manage it, making sure that you stay up to date with all of your prescriptions, and your lifestyle will shift. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it won't, but you can still have pleasure and, you know, be just the amazing person that you are, regardless of what your diagnosis is.
Mhm.
Right.
Love that.
Well
All right.
explained, Mystique. And thanks for that
So,
question, Pedro.
thank you, thank you. Also, guys, you can find me as Obey Miss Shay for anything kinky related. If you add Miss Giselle, which is my non kinky stuff, you could, but don't talk to me about kink stuff on those. You will get blocked. I don't got time for y'all. Stop DMing me your fucking pickles. I don't want to see that shit. Please stop. Okay.
No.
Literally, I had to turn off my Facebook because when I first went live here, I got 7 from some rando. I'm tired of I need to get paid. I actually had an argument with a whole man on there. He's like, I'm not paying you $400, like $500 every time you fucking keep messaging me. Stop. And I'm posting your shit. But then again, that's
Oh
a free kink, and I don't give that. I don't give free kink out. Sorry.
no, absolutely not.
But um look out on all of our social medias, especially on Sexually Speaking and all that good shit, because everything that's going to be related to us, Ms. D, Miss J, our wonderful guest, we're going to have it posted on our site. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us on any of these situations. You can DM us, you can email us. If you want to collab with us, please let us know. But just know
Absolutely.
that I'm sending you fucking emails about this shit, guys. And I say this
And
respectful.
I do have one last
Respond.
little shout out too.
Go ahead.
To my friend Loli. She is definitely like a queer black woman in the city, and she just started a group on FetLife, which I'm sure she's going to take off of there and put it on other social medias. But it is just exclusively to find black lesbian events in the city.
I
And
love
I just want
that.
to shout out her for doing that
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't.
I love that
And
for us. I love that
it's on
for us.
FetLife and it's called Clitty City. And look that shit up.
Clitty City.
Flitty
Yes,
That's fucking
City. I
fantastic.
like that.
Clitty
so
City.
fucking cute. Like so
That's
fucking cute.
beautiful. But yeah, no, I'm so excited. Do we have any other shout outs? Anything else we want to talk about before we close out, ladies? I don't know.
Nah, listen, look at Miss D's page for all of the flyers coming. Sexually Speaking, we'll be always posting Miss Mystique's walk coming up. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's all I got, y'all.
That's all I know. All I know is I'm about to go finish my fucking burrito and call it a day, y'all.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It's
Now I'm hungry. Oh my gosh, why you say
girl,
that?
I'm
girl.
jealous.
I ordered it. I
I
woke
gotta go to
up.
work.
Oh, ill. I'm sorry.
I was trying to,
I'm sorry, girl.
get a little frisky, but I might just be getting frisky with my toys,
I love that for
A little
you.
me
Like,
time.
that's just like the thing you need to do. Just you and your toys.
Honestly, just I feel like those are the ones that I trust the most. To be honest, I don't like
It's
communication
the
sometimes.
safest option.
It really fucking is.
And
It really,
you can
really
use
fucking.
protection with them too.
You definitely can. You
And make sure
definitely
you
fucking
clean
can.
them, all of those things.
Oh,
So
Can I
please,
just
please
say,
do.
I am a woman that likes to use a strap. No, everyone knows that about Miss D. But I
Good.
find it that I put condoms on my strap, yo. And
facts.
sometimes people
Yeah.
be looking at me like, but it's already plastic. I'm like, but I don't care. Like,
Okay,
That's
and your point is what?
and your point is what? I put condoms on my strap.
you
Absolutely.
know what's so weird to me that people. So I
Unless
overthink
that toy is designated for
for
that
you.
person and that person only. Other than that, why would I not?
Yeah, I think
100%
it's
wrap the
weird
strap.
too.
Wrap the
I think
strap.
people are weird though. Like I'm not a germaphobe by any means, but like I'm very conscious of everything. So as somebody who has an
Mhm.
oral fixation and understands my mouth is crazy sometimes, I have this idea that like if I'm doing something orally or the partner's doing something orally and then it's like vaginal or anal, whatever, those are all different orifices. Everything can get affected in different ways. Just strap it up, like just cover it up.
Yeah,
Just cover it up. Safety, safety, safety. Because
yeah.
God forbid, what if I was chewing mint gum and then I'm going down on you? What if that's extra spicy? You know, what if it's cinnamon?
Apparently they like it. It feels good.
No, it
So
is,
wait,
but like there's also a point too. Because I think I was explaining it to Ms.
yeah.
D. That's like one of my tricks back in the day was toothpaste. Just a little bit.
Me
But if
A
you
too.
little
get too much,
minty, a little
but when you
minty, a little
a little
spice.
mint, oh yeah, that was my trick. And then you just
I
blow
used
on
to
it
do
after.
sugar and Listerine. And
Oh,
this is way before
Sugar and
that.
Listerine? What?
So I want
What?
to
Why
preface,
sugar?
listen, hear me out. Hear me out. I want to preface this is way before I was certified in anything and I was just trying stuff. So this was before I
Okay.
was a professional. I would not say do this now because it can mess up your pH balance, specifically if you are a person with a vulva. Do not
Absolutely.
trigger
exactly.
and don't do it. But I didn't know no better. But I used to give oral sex and I would do sugar and Listerine because it actually makes a paste, like toothpaste.
Okay.
And they used to what? It was given.
I love that.
It was given.
I
And
have
I'm trying that
never.
now.
it was
I don't
like
give a
getting
shit.
your teeth brushed with a dick.
Yeah. So wait. New kink unlocked. Everybody.
No,
Mark
no,
this
no new kink unlock because I feel
for
like that
me.
would lead
For
into
me.
something
No.
else.
No, it's not. Let me live my life,
It's
and then
it's
I'll let
too
you
much
know for
sugar.
science,
No,
man. For
no,
science, what if it's
no.
xylitol or some bullshit? What if it's something fake sugar? Let me
Okay,
live my
I
life.
feel like for
Are you kink
science,
shaming me?
do it. I feel like for science,
Wow.
do it, but also
Yeah.
like
So you're kink
don't have
shaming me? That's
don't have
crazy.
sex afterwards.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Don't
That's
have
too
sex
much, guys.
afterwards, but also
Don't
make
do
sure
that.
it's non-alcoholic
Don't do that.
Listerine.
Yes.
Because you're gonna
Yes,
Yeah,
vomit.
wait.
yes.
Let's fix that real quick. We're not doing that and then intercourse. We're not talking about certain things because again, as somebody who cooks for a living, touch spicy things and touch body parts,
Yeah,
I don't recommend doing anything when you're doing cross contamination, okay? Don't do it.
right.
Take a shower, give yourself a little time. But
Yeah.
for science though, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
It
I'll
was
let you
good.
guys know.
It was
I'll
good.
let you guys know. But
Let me
this
know
was
what you think. I want
enjoyable.
to know.
I got you, girl. Wink, wink. I got you. But it was a pleasure. It was awesome. Thank you guys so
Yes,
much.
thank
Shout
you,
out
Miss B.
to Nicole. I'm so sorry that we banned you by accident because I didn't know what the fuck that was. So special shout out. I'm so sorry.
Special
Um,
shout out to Key, that is who was banned.
yeah. Yeah, the system was like, this is
We're
about
so sorry, girl.
healthware.
We're so sorry.
We appreciate
Especially if
you.
you're a woman of color. We're so sorry.
So sorry. If not, no, I'm joking. No, we apologize, but at the same time, I don't know. The system is crazy. AI be wild, bro. AI is wild. But we
Well, we're
appreciate
getting out of
y'all.
here. It's been a long time. We are calling it a night, guys. Thank you,
Good night, y'all. Bye.
Mystique, for coming
Where's
out.
Exactly. Thanks, Mystique. Bye, Miss D. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Did it work?
Feel like